Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about maps and globes. One of my favorite things to do in social studies is kind of look at different places where they're at. And I personally always like, of course, I like spinning the globe. I like playing on the globe and kind of looking for different places. Okay, so got the globe there, and of course, basic map. Okay, and we're going to be talking about basically how we use them and why we use them. And a lot of your parents, a lot of us use GPS now to get to a specific place or location. So I got a little PowerPoint for you. We're going to kind of share on today, and then we will do an on your Google Classroom. There's just a little assignment. It's a word wall vocabulary. It deals with this, and you'll just drag some items over to. I got the definitions. You just drag them over to the word, and then you find online a picture of what it is, and you put that image on there. Nothing major, but that's at the end. So let me get started by. I have this. Had to set it up. It's kind of weird how I got to set this up. I got to go a different way, and so it might be off just a little bit, but that's okay because I had to set it up a different way. All right. So, how do maps and globes help us? Okay. So, I'm going to try and get it here where um, I'm going to go down part one maps versus globes. In maps, they're two dimensional, means they're just kind of flat. Okay. Whereas the globe is a 3D. The maps, they're not exactly specific. They have like a key where it tells you how long something is, and like it usually says, like, it'd be better if I could show you, but they're usually on the bottom. There's a key, and it tells you like 1 inch equals 500 miles. So both of them distorts the size and the continents of the oceans, but that's okay. In globes, not as bad. The Earth is a little bit more. You can see latitude and longitude lines. Some globes have ridges, and you can feel the topography of the globes. Again, both of these shows you what they both have: lines of longitude and latitude. These help you with, like I said, your parents' GPS location. Most of you have heard of a compass rose. We're going to be working on more compass rose work, and cardinal directions and intermediate directions. Again, they help you find places and directions of where to go. Okay, parts of maps. Okay, there are different parts of maps. The lines of longitude are the angular distance of a place north or south of the equator. Lines of latitude, I like to call them latitude and longitude lines. They measure like east and west. Longitude, how far something is north and south of something. So, all right. Here they've got the prime meridian, um, going from the top and bottom, cuts kind of the world in half. And then, like I said, over here, you've got the equator. Most of it is 0 degree. Um, Lines of longitude and latitude right here. So we'll go more. This is where I'm really going to hit parts of a map. Compass rose. You've seen these before, sometimes in your parents' cars. Most of it is north, south, east, west. The intermediate directions are the northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. All right. Parts of a map. We call it the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, western hemisphere, and eastern hemisphere. It's kind of hard showing you on this part right here. I'll show it in class. I got some set up for you, but it just talks you about the certain parts of the map and how it's cut in half. So map projections. Um, yeah, we'll go. We're gonna skip part of this right real quick. Types of maps. I can't get in too particular on some of those other ones earlier, so we're just going to kind of get what we can. Political maps in politics, and it always deals with like their governments, and its politic maps tends to deal with cities, the states, territories, and countries and counties within those states, and they're usually color coded, and that's what we call political maps. Um, Physical maps, these are the ones where they're kind of color. You can see the green. Green tends to be a little bit more where it shows like grasslands, a little flatter. Of course, blue, we all know that's water. But these, and as you get higher in elevation, it can tend to change colors. Like on this one, orange would be like some mountains. Okay. Thematic maps. We're skip that one real quick. But again, most of us are going to be using these political maps like this and the physical maps because these maps are the kind of the ones we kind of tend to see, like what resources are available, um, what their landforms, what kind of landforms are there, and of course the water features, especially with ancient civilizations. We're going to notice that they developed around water because water is a necessity for life, how they use it for transportation, how the first civilizations used it for planting and for irrigation. That way they could feed their people, feed the people, and spread on. And that's how they spread ideas too with the rivers and using it for transportation. Those rivers were the first highway. So those physical maps, when we start studying these are kind of what we're going to show, along with some of the political parts, so you know the countries, of course, and some of the major cities, and rivers for landforms. Like I said, ancient civilizations mainly focus on rivers, and we're going to be studying those coming up. So on that part, we're going to switch over now to what your Google on Google Classroom. What it's going to look like, what you're going to be doing. It's called a word wall vocabulary. And all you do when you come to this, you've only got, I think, 6 words on here. It says like compass rose, hemisphere, longitude, latitude, geography. What is geography basically? And projection. The first 5 are the most important ones. If you can't get this bottom one, I'm not worried about as much because the other 5 are a little, to me, a little bit more important. But this is kind of, we were able to find this digitalized copy. All you have to do when you get open this up on your copy, you can't just go in the middle and do this. I tried doing this and I couldn't figure it out. And I had a student that said, "Hey, what am I doing wrong?" Well, Mr. Bonnell, you know how I am with technology. You got to make sure you get down where you go on one of the sides, and when it shows the compass rose, kind of the north, south, east, west here, it tells you where you can move it. So again, I scroll my mouse where it's on one of the sides, then I simply move it where I want to place it. Okay. I'm not, don't know if that's the right answer or not. I'm just kind of showing you how to do it, how to move it. And did I do it correct? No, because I put it in the image slot. So I need to make sure I put whatever it is, whatever it might be. Oh, and I changed the thing right there. See? So I got to get down, make sure it's on the that spot, and I can move it as needed. I'm just going to move it over because it's in the definition column. So this is the definition column. And then whatever I think this is right here, I'm going to try and look online. I'm going to put this word on here, look up image, copy an image, and then paste it right in here. Okay. Um, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll work for you on the image. I'm not worried about the image as much as I am the definition. I like to doing the images. I used to do Google Slides with vocabulary, but I don't want to overdo it on this first one. So if you can get pictures, great, because I always think pictures tell 1,000 words. But if not, at least move it over to the definition, and then turn this in also on Google Classroom when you do get it done. Just turn it in, and that's what we have for today. So until I see you again, have a great day. Again, if you get a chance to look up maps, just play with maps. You can find them anywhere. So, all right, I'll talk to you all later.